Well, when you see what's happening in Libya, you see a lot of reflections of what happened in Iraq, even in Egypt and Tunisia. Basically, there are three problems. Rebuilding is not about mortar and bricks. It's about security first, then political reform, then economic regeneration. But security is job one. And we're already seeing some of that now in Tripoli, even with the fact that some of the journalists were taken prisoner by who knows who.
What should the role of the West be? How much involvement should, for example, the United States have?
Well, I think on the whole, the problems there really belong to the people in the region, to the Arabs, some of the African countries, and particularly to the southern Europeans. The French, the Italians, and the Spanish are the largest trading partners with Libya, and the French and the Italians have been involved in the NATO affair. So I think in the end, if the Libyans can't provide the security there, and I think there is an open question whether they can, some kind of international stabilization force will have to go in, and it seems to me those are the countries that should do the work.
Are there some lessons learned from Iraq that can be applied to Libya that you see right now?
Well, the biggest one is security is job one. And really there are two questions. Can the Libyans do it themselves? And that has two aspects. Can they agree? You have obviously different groups from the East and the West, and it's not at all clear. Some of them are talking about dismantling militias. Well, whose militia is going to get dismantled by whom? So that's question number one. Can they agree? And then two, do they actually have the competence? What will be the role, if any, of the old security forces, the army, and in particular the police? In those kinds of questions are going to have to get answered by someone.
Because